Well, hello there. It's a wonderfully crisp Sunday morning. It's the 21st of November 2021, and today I've come to Linacre Reservoirs. I think I've only ever been to Linacre Reservoirs once or twice before now. Surprising I've not been here many times, really. But it's a nice place, nice area. It's sort of sandwiched between Chesterfield to the east and the Peak District to the west. And I can imagine that, particularly people living in Chesterfield, this will be a nice walk to come to in the morning before they start work, or just to walk their dogs or something, or like a Sunday morning stroll or whatever. Yeah. I mean, even though it's not even 9 o'clock in the morning yet, I've still seen quite a few people parking in the car park there and a few people out walking already, so it's clearly a popular area. Well, there are actually 3 reservoirs here, and this is the lower reservoir, so I'll be seeing the other 2 later on in the walk. That's nice, I can hear church bells. They'll be in the church in the village that I'm heading for. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I've got a choice of routes here. So I can either go straight up that way at the path on the edge of the woods, or I can take that path through that gap in the wall there, which basically sort of cuts the corner of that path. But I'm just thinking it might be more pleasant because it's out in the open. So I think I'm going to take that way. The arrow-straight path diagonally crossed the field, providing pleasant views of Duxick Wood to the east. I soon joined North Lane, a hedge-lined path which gradually ascended towards the source of the church bells. North Lane ended at the road in the pretty village of Old Brampton, which lies on the ancient road westward across the moors from Chesterfield to Baslow. Mentioned in the Domesday Book of 1086, Old Brampton was one of the manors belonging to Walter Dynecourt, who accompanied William the Conqueror to England in 1066. Its parish church is Grade 1 listed, dating from Norman times, which is apparently better known for its clock. Bought in 1897 to celebrate Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee, the clock has 63 minutes, randomly arranged around the dial. Nobody knows how this happened, but the George and Dragon pub used to be across the road from the church. Well, I visited Old Brampton many times, hundreds of times. I usually come here for work purposes, so it's nice to come here on a walk today actually, just to appreciate how pretty the village is, because normally I'm just driving through it. But it's a lovely village on the outskirts of Chesterfield, really nice place. Yeah, I'd really like to go inside the church, but there's a service going on at the moment, so I won't. Yeah, Old Brampton's a lovely village, really nice. Okay, continuing with the walk now then. My path gradually took me southwest as I crossed several fields, with amazing views to Chesterfield to my left, and further across northeast Derbyshire ahead of me. What a beautiful morning it is. That sun is glorious. I think we're supposed to be having sunshine for most of the day. After dropping through woodland to cross a stream, I climbed up again to reach a farm track called Bagthorpe Lane. I was now heading northwest, and as I passed Bagthorpe Farm, the track became a metalled lane. The lane finally ended at the main road, opposite the Royal Oak pub. Passing the pub, I followed the road for a short distance to Wigley, where I turned right at the crossroads by the primary school. Can hear shooting again. I did pass a bloke on the track just before I arrived in Wigley, and he said to me, look out for guns, he said. I said, oh yeah. I said, I've heard guns on a recent walk I did. I asked him, are they shooting pheasants? He said, no, they're just shooting. He said, I live down in the bottom of the valley, he said, and nice peaceful place, and if I'm sitting outside on a nice day, all I can hear is the guns going off, he said. Oh dear. Oh well, I suppose it's part of the countryside, isn't it?
Passing between buildings, and where the lane swung to the right, I continued ahead along a slowly descending path.
Well, I think it's time for a shout out, and I know exactly who I'm going to give a shout out to today. I'd like to say hello to Sharon. Hi Sharon, hope you're well. Now Sharon doesn't live very far away. I know that she likes walking around Linacre Reservoirs. She particularly loves the Peak District. I know she loves doing walks around the Peak District, and I know she particularly likes Kinder Scout. I think I seem to remember that's her favourite spot in the Peak District, or her favourite hill. But yeah, Sharon's lovely. She came to see me a little while ago, and we had a cup of tea and a chat. So that was nice. So yeah, I hope you're keeping well, Sharon. And on till Christmas now, so I hope you have a lovely Christmas.
At the fork, I bore right, and the path continued to slowly descend through Copy Wood. After a while, the path dropped more steeply as it descended to a footbridge crossing Burley Brook. I went right beyond the bridge, keeping to the path close to the brook. Before long, the path climbed again, where I went through a gate to enter Burley Woods.
Okay, I'm on the last leg of the walk now, I think. I shall soon be back at Linacre Reservoirs, and I shall very shortly be approaching the upper reservoir, and I can just see it through the trees, so yeah.
I decided to veer away from the main broad path through the woods, dropping to a footbridge at the end of the upper Linacre Reservoir. I now followed a more minor path, but it stayed closer to the water's edge.
It's funny because I've not seen a lot of people on this walk. I've seen a few here and there, but now that I'm back at Linacre Reservoirs, I am seeing loads of people. Just say, it must be a lovely place for a Sunday walk, so yeah.
The 3 Linacre reservoirs were built over a period of 50 years, between 1855 and 1904. The first one, the lower reservoir, was authorised in 1855. The second, the upper reservoir, followed in 1885, and the third one was the middle reservoir, when its dam was built in 1904.
Okay, so that's the end of this reservoir. 2 more reservoirs to go now.
The water from these reservoirs supplied the fast-growing town of Chesterfield, but because of the lack of any filtration or decontamination, the water quality was not good. In 1909, it was recorded that the appearance of the water was such that the poor used it as soup, the middle class for washing clothes, and the elite for watering their gardens.
So that's the second reservoir. 1 more to go now, and it's just down there. The last of the 3 reservoirs. Although that's the third of the 3 reservoirs, that's actually the first one that I visited this morning when I started my walk. I'm now back where I started. And it's been another lovely walk. Really nice walk, particularly going to Old Brampton, that was a lovely stretch. And then the loop round back to Linacre Reservoirs, that was great. And it's really interesting to see that as soon as I got back by the waterside, that's when I started seeing lots of people. So there you go. It's clearly a popular place, and I don't blame them.